Hi everyone and welcome back to English with Malik. Today I have come back with a vocabulary lesson for you. We are going to study today some foreign phrases that have come into English language. You see, English language has adopted to a lot of other languages. It has included words from various languages like Latin, even from some very local languages as well. So we'll see today some of the phrases that have kind of landed into English language. The very first is ad nauseam. Ad nauseam basically is from Latin, okay, and it means to be a sickening degree. Okay, so you do something to such an extent that it becomes kind of irritating. It becomes a kind of a sick situation for other people. For instance, Tom talked ad nauseam about the time he scored the winning run. Okay, so fortunately, Tom did that winning run and then he talked a lot about it every time with everyone to such an extent that it became kind of unbearable. It was like kind of sickening to the listeners. Therefore, we say that it was a ad nauseam when Tom talked about his winning run. So, ad nauseam is something that is to a sickening degree. The next is bon voyage. Okay, it's again from French and it means have a nice trip. If somebody is going on a trip, so you can say bon voyage. Okay. For example, we all shouted bon voyage as Sam left for his vacation. So he was going on vacation and we all said, have a nice trip, bon voyage. Carte blanche. Carte blanche is from French. It means unlimited authority. Okay. Somebody who is all in all, maybe in business, maybe at home, maybe, in the country. For instance, as the owner of the store, Mr. Will has carte blanche regarding what merchandise to sell. So because he is the owner, he decides first what to sell in the shop and what not to sell in the shop. Okay, the next is caviar emptor. Caviar emptor is from Latin and it means let the buyer beware. Okay, this is actually a kind of law term as well. In the law we say when somebody is buying and selling, so it is the duty of the buyer to check each and everything. Okay, it's not the responsibility of the seller. For example, you go and you buy something and it is faulty, that's not the buyer's fault. That's not the seller's fault. It is the buyer's fault. Buyer should check then and there the quality, the standard, the price, everything. If something has certain items, for instance, you buy a product and it has 10 items and you did not check, and when you got back and you opened the packing, there were 7 items or 8 items. So therefore we say caveat emptor. For instance, I learned what caveat emptor meant the hard way when I bought a bike that never seemed to work right. Okay, so I didn't check that when I was buying and it was my fault. The law abides me that I should be aware about whatever I am buying. So it's caveat emptor. Then we have bona fide. Bona fide is from Latin. It means genuine, something that is to very much right to its fullest extent. For instance, Emma's teacher was a bona fide expert in European history. So she was above all, she was par excellence in her European history. Fait accompli is from French, which means established fact, something that is known, something that is kind of very much true in its essence. So we say Thomas was disappointed, but is losing the election for class president was a fait accompli. It's an established fact. Of course, he lost. He couldn't do now anything, and it is now known to everyone. It's an established fact. So we say fait accompli. And masse. And masse is from French. It means in a large group, okay, a crowd or a lot of people. So we say the friends left the football stadium at masse once the score became 42-0. Okay, so it was obvious. Everybody knew that each team is going to win. So they left the stadium at masse, which is in a large group. Faux pas. Faux pas is from French. It means a social blunder. Okay, it's a kind of a blunder that is done on the social level in the society. For example, Maria realized too late that not attending Alex's party was a faux pas. It was a social blunder. She should have gone. When somebody invites you to a party, it's a social binding. It's unethical that you do not go there until and unless you have some solid reason. So faux pas is a social blunder. Okay, the next is ipso facto. Ipso facto is from Latin. It means by the fact itself. Okay, an example is like a teacher ipso facto is in charge of her class. So it's a fact. When we see a teacher in the class, actually he is in charge, and it's a fact itself. Then we have modus operandi. Modus operandi is from Latin, which means method of operating. How you operate something, how do you do something, that is called modus operandi. So my modus operandi when studying is to set specific goals. That's how I study. That's what my method is. That's what my modus operandi is. Then persona non grata. By persona non grata, it's actually it is a Latin expression. It means an unacceptable person. Okay, we cannot accept him because of some fault or some kind of personality trait. For instance, Sally was a persona non grata in our club because she wouldn't follow the rules. Okay, so she never follows the rules. Therefore, we say that she is not acceptable in our club. Why? Because she is a persona non grata. Prima donna, again, it's about a person. It's a Latin expression or phrase. It means a temperamental and conceited person, somebody who has some ill intentions. He is not what he's showing, like he has kind of dual personality, saying something, doing something. So Tim wasn't popular with the other boys because they considered him to be a prima donna. They thought that he is conceited, a little evil, a little ill feeling he has about the other people. So he is a kind of prima donna to them. Okay, then we have pro bono. Pro bono is from Latin. It means done or donated without charge. So it's kind of voluntary work that you do. So the teacher's pro bono work with the homeless gave him a sense of personal satisfaction. So because he didn't charge, he did it without any money. So it was a kind of personal satisfaction that he got. Then we have quid pro quo. Quid pro quo is from Latin. It means something for something. Okay, especially on an equal exchange. So you do something for somebody and the other person does something for you. That is quid pro quo. Helping Ali with his math was quid pro quo for the time as he helped me clean the store. So I helped him in the math, he helped me clean the room. That is quid pro quo. Status quo. Status quo is from Latin. It means the existing condition. Okay, whatever is present at that moment, that is an existing condition. That is actually status quo. Because he didn't like change, Ben always tried to maintain the status quo. Okay, so he was afraid of the change, so he was always into whatever the existing conditions are, whatever the things are, they should remain as it is. Therefore we say that he maintained the status quo. Well, this is it for today. Today we've seen 15 phrases that are foreign phrases from Latin, from French, and these phrases are very common. They are used a lot in spoken and written English. So please do watch this video over and over again. Familiarize yourself with these expressions, write them down, write your own sentences, and then use them in your writing, in your speaking, in whatever the possibilities that you have for using them. I'll get back to you with another of English lesson. If you have any comments, if you want to say something, do write to me in the comments. Until the next lesson, bye.